Hey guys, my name's Kevin and welcome to the Baritone Beginner Series Level 2. So in this series, we're going to take things a step further to help advance your playing on the baritone uke. We're going to take a look at some new chords, some new strumming patterns, some new chord progressions and techniques, and have a lot of fun playing together. So get yourself tuned up and let's get to it. Hey, before we get started, do me a little favor and make sure you are subscribed here to the YouTube channel. Click that alert bell so you know when the next videos are coming your way. And if you guys want more learning resources, head over to allforuke.com where I have worksheets, practice tracks, and exercises that will help add to this experience of learning the baritone uke. You can get a free trial for 7 days over there before you get started. All right, so we're gonna start off by checking out a couple of new chords. So I thought it'd be a good idea to check out a couple of 7th chords here. So the first chord we're gonna take a look at is an E7 chord. So the E7 chord, pretty easy. You only need to use one finger to play this one. So we're gonna use our index finger here on the G string on the 1st fret. So that chord sounds like this. And a lot of times when you play 7th chords, they're going to be intermixed with other 7th chords. So the other 7th chord that I'm going to show you today is A7. So we have our E7 here. To play an A7, we're going to use our middle finger on the D string on the 2nd fret, our ring finger on the B string of the 2nd fret. Now this is the easier version of the A7. That sounds like this. Make sure you're getting that nice tone. All of these notes, when you pluck them with your thumb, should ring out nice and clear and even. The other way that you'll see this written, and on the All for Uke baritone chord chart, you'll see it written like this, is to play this A7 chord by barring the entire 2nd fret with your index finger, and then placing your middle finger on the E string of the 3rd fret. So that sounds like this. So with chords, there's various ways that you can play them. So this is a different fingering for this, so you might find this useful in another situation. But for today, I'll leave the option up to you. You can either use the bar chord version here, or you can use the simplified version. So that's up to you. I will say for the bar chord version, which is good to know, you want to kind of use the outside part of your index finger to bar. So I kind of use this harder surface on my finger rather than using the flat part here of the pad where it's harder to press down the strings. So when I'm doing that, I'm using the outside part of my finger on the index, and then I'm also squeezing with my thumb right behind the index finger to play that A7 chord. So give both a try. I promise you that if you kind of work on these bar chords a little bit all the time, you're going to get better at them and see your playing advance further. So those are the 2 chords that we're going to use today. So I put together a little progression here, and we're just going to practice going back and forth between the E7 and the A7 chord. So to start off here, I'm just going to do a single strum so that we can really focus on working on this chord change, and this is going to lead up to our strumming pattern and ultimately to our chord progressions later. So here's how it's going to go. So we're going to start off with a 4 count in, and then we'll just kind of do a 4 count of rest as we switch between chords. So let me demonstrate that for you really quick here. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, strum, 2, 3, 4, A7, 2, 3, 4, and back, 2, 3, 4, and back, 2, 3, 4. Now while you're doing this, I want your focus here to be on your fretting hand, watching your fingers, trying to focus on precision as you move between these 2 chords. So when you strum, I'll leave it up to you. You could do a thumb drag across the strings, or you can use your index finger to strum through here. So I'll give us a 4 count in, getting good playing position as we get into this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, E7, 2, 3, 4, A7, 2, 3, 4, E7, 2, 3, 4, A7, 2, 3, 4, E7, 2, 3, 4, A7, 2, 3. Last time E7, 2, 3, 4, A7, 2, 3, 4. All right, so in level 1, we checked out a strumming pattern called the island strum, which was down, down, up, up, down, up. So I thought to take that a step further, I would add a percussive element to it. So today we're going to do the island strum with a little percussion in here. So as I demonstrate this, I'm going to hold down the E7 chord. So the strumming pattern goes like this. Before you get started with your strum, make sure you're in good strumming position. To do that, I like to make sure that I'm kind of have my palm over the sound hole, my middle finger kind of reaching out here to the bottom corner of the instrument, my forearm married to the base of the uke so that it's just using my wrist and my hand to do the strumming. I'm not taking my arm off. So having good strumming position is really important to having a good strum. So this pattern is down, down, up, and then I clap on the body of the instrument and then go up, down, up. So the way that you would count that is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So again, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So let's just try that together, nice and slow. We're just going to hold down this E7 chord as we go, and I'm going to count as we do this. Really focus here on the strum. Don't worry about your fretting hand. If you need to, what I like to do a lot of times is I'll just watch my strumming hand as I do this so that I'm really focusing on precision. You really want a nice, light, delicate brush across these strings here. So let's just try this together. I'll give us a 4 count in, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3. One more time. So spend a little time with that strumming pattern if you need to rewind back and practice that a few times, or just kind of pause the video, spend some time really working on the strumming pattern, because now we're going to apply it to that same chord progression that we used earlier. Hey, if you dig this uke that I'm playing here today, you can support All for Uke by buying Kala Ukulele. This is a Makala MKB baritone uke that sounds super sweet. It could be yours. Go to allforuke.com/shop and check it out. All right, so let's apply the strumming pattern now to our chord progression. So we're again gonna go from E7 to A7. Now, as we do this, I'm gonna mix in this other version of A7. So if you wanna try that as well, to kind of advance your playing a little bit more, feel free to do so. We're gonna do 2 times on each chord with the strumming pattern. So it'll sound like this. We'll just do that back and forth 4 or 5 times. Really just try to get into the groove of this. Smile. We're playing the baritone uke together, having some fun here on a snowy day in Chicago. What better way to spend the day? So here we go. We'll go nice and slow. I want you to focus here on precision, really making sure all of these notes are ringing out nice and clear, and have some fun with this one. So here we go, starting on the E7 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and switch. 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and back. And 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and switch. 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and when. Just feel it. Bar chord the next time. E7 to the A7. Last time. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, because this is level 2, we're going to kind of extend out a chord progression now and apply the same strumming pattern. So let me walk you through this chord progression really quick that we're going to do. If you need these chord shapes, I do have a baritone chord chart at allforuke.com that you can check out, but let's just walk through this chord sequence here real quick. So we're going to start off on an E major chord, which is played like this, and you can check out the graphic below. And then we move to an E7. We just pull our middle finger off of this E chord. And then we move to an A major chord here, which I'm playing with middle, ring, and pinky on the top 3 strings. And then we go back to E. Then to finish off the progression, we move back to A, keeping everything nice and close. And then I'm just going to pull my ring finger off of this A chord, making an A7. And then we end on an E major chord. So we're going to do each of these chords 2 times, and we're going to use the metronome this time. So we're going to be at 88 beats per minute, which is a kind of nice mid-slow tempo to work through this progression. I'll kick the metronome on, count us in with a 4 count, and try not to focus too much on the metronome. Just try to play along with me, and I'll do my best to keep in time with it. So here we go with a 4 count in, starting on an E chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. E7 to the A, back to E, then A, A7. So now we're going to bump the tempo up to 100 beats per minute, cruising a little bit faster. Again, just kind of try to listen to me playing. The metronome will guide us. It'll be our little drummer here with us. We're going to do the progression 2 times through. So a little more test of your stamina. Really keep your focus here as we're going through this. So here we go with a 4 count in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3. Ended on the E. Well, I hope you guys had some fun with me today for level 2 of the Baritone Beginner Series. I thank you so much for learning with me. Make sure you comment below and let me know where you're playing your baritone with me around the world. Leave your flag and let me know which chords, strumming patterns you're feeling good about, which ones you're challenged by. I want to know your experience with the uke. My name is Kevin. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
This sunny day